Welcome to another edition of J1 League football. Lots of sidestepping, shimmying and dancing feet in this week's big old bag of footballing tricks, so keep your eyes peeled, you won't miss a beat, on the J1 League Goal Zone. It's a full midweek round of fixtures and we have the leaders still on the road. Frontale on to Fukuoka for their match, the Marinos hot on their heels, an all-important date with third-placed Sagan. Both teams tucked inside the top half of the table, but Nagoya looked the better of the two as they continued their push towards Champions League qualification. Consadole hadn't lost in 3 games and with a strong record at home would be looking to give Grampus a hard time. Shazad Haq has your commentary.
Sapporo, and that's a great goal. Fantastic work from Mateus. The rebound then fell to Shonan, who made no mistake. And against the run of play, Nagoya Grampus take the lead. But it was all the work of Mateus. As we mentioned, he has got that X factor about him. Oh, it's gone its way in! Well. It looked to be a speculative header. Takanori Sugeno, he has a shake of the head. It didn't look like it was going to be any problems. And at the end of the first half, Nagoya Grampus make it 2. Lovely work from Oita, beautiful ball. And again, it just didn't seem like there was much on. In between 2 defenders, it somehow got past Sugeno. And they'll be wondering how on earth they have conceded 2. Oh, straight at the keeper. And that probably sums up this game from Aoki. That sums it up, doesn't it, for Sapporo. Toothless going forward. Just couldn't create enough. That might have been offside anyway. And that fizzles out once again. And the referee calls time on this game in which Massimo Ficadenti and his Nagoya side have been superb. It is not the prettiest football you will ever see. Final score here at the Atsubetsu Stadium, Consadole Sapporo 0, Nagoya Grampus 2.
A 5-0 thumping at the hands of Yokohama last time out, and Vegalta had now failed to score in their last 4, winless in 10. The capital side were themselves winless in 4 and in equally low scoring form, both sides desperately in need of some points. It only took 11 minutes for the first decent Tokyo attack. Hirotaka Mita's free kick, Tsuyoshi Watanabe at the far post, and Jakub Slowik gets an important foot on the ball before it crosses the line. But just 6 minutes later, Tokyo put themselves in front. From the corner, Juan Omari rising high and heading home. The visitors were intent on pressing forward. Kyosuke Tagawa with the shot across the face of the goal. Vegalta's only real chance of the first half came 5 minutes before the break. Rikiya Uehara's shot blocked, Keiman Togashi's follow-up just wide of the upright. 8 minutes into the second half and Tokyo back on the attack. Nagai twists and turns just inside the penalty area, and when he eventually gets his shot off, Slowik was equal to it. And they would rue their missed chances. Just after the hour mark, Uehara's free kick, Hisashi Apia rises high and heads that one into the far corner. 1-1. Tokyo looking to get back in front here in the 68th minute. Masato Morishige picks the ball up after a pass from the left, and that's a fine save again from Slowik. 15 minutes left now. Nagai squares it to Yojiro Tagahaki. You must score! But Tokyo were relentless. 3 minutes left now. Shuto Abe with the header, and Slowick needs 2 touches to push it away. But there was still time for more drama. Here in the 89th minute, the referee spots a push in the box. Umari ends up on the ground, and we've got a penalty kick. Equally dramatic execution from Diego Oliveira, but he sends Slowick the wrong way, and Tokyo get the points. Two teams on a very different run of form, with Urawa on back-to-back wins, while Sanfrecce hadn't picked up a win in their last 4. The hosts were looking to push towards the top 5, while the visitors had been trapped in mid-table. Urawa with the first chance of the game here in the 11th minute. Ataru Isaka turning in the box. Keisuke Osako gathers. But just 4 minutes later, Urawa were through on goal again. Takahiro Sakine's shot is saved, but only pushed into the path of Kasper Juncker, who puts the home side ahead. Into the second half now, and Urawa looking for a second. They steal possession in midfield, and Juncker tries to curl one inside the far post. With 13 minutes to play, there was still one chance for Sanfrecce to get back into this one. Shunki Higashi supplying Douglas Vieira. His deflected shot goes wide of the upright. Having lost to Cerezo previously, Yokohama now face the other team in Osaka. The bottom side club had shown recent signs of positivity lately, but they need to pull out something big to overcome a steadily improving Gamba. First chance for Yokohama inside the first minute. Kazuma Watanabe looks to have beaten the offside trap, and Yusuke Matsuo tucks the ball home. But upon review, VAR decided that Watanabe was indeed a shade offside. 30 minutes later, from one end of the field to the other. After the goalkeeper's clearance, Thiago Alves runs through on goal, finishes smartly, but again a review showed that he'd made his run just a little bit too early. 0-0 it remained. Still looking to break the deadlock then here in the 38th minute. Artur Silva tries from long range, but Higashiguchi had that one covered. Here we are in time added on for stoppages in the first half, and Yota Sato brings down Maguinho. Sato's adjudged to be the last man and is shown a red card. From the resulting free kick, Tatsuki Seiko whips in a beautiful delivery. Artur Silva heads home for 1-0. Into the second half now, and a Gamba corner sees them draw level. Yuji Ono heading home at the far post over an injured player, and into the corner. Still all square with 10 minutes to go. Felipe Vizot working hard and getting a bit of good fortune, but what a strike to put Yokohama in front. 2 minutes to go now, and Gamba looking for the equaliser. From the dead ball, Shunya Suganuma heads home, but is ruled offside. So with Yokohama in front, there were 8 minutes of time added on for stoppages. Plenty of opportunity then for Ryo Yasanuga to stroll down the byline and secure a 2-goal margin, with the home team winning this one by 3-1. Only their 4th win of the season. No wins in their last 6 meant that Shimizu had collapsed into the bottom half of the table. Their opponents took a hit in the last round, but with 3 wins prior to that, Kashima still remained in contention for a top 3 finish. Early defensive error here from Shimizu. Ayase Ueda pounces to take advantage, but can't quite finish. They'd get a second chance though 10 minutes later, and once again after a defensive error. For the second time then, Ueda gets an opportunity, this time from further out, and he's far more accurate. Shimizu looking to pull one back just before the half-hour mark. Teruki Hara with the strike from outside the box, saved by Yuya Oki. Kashima looking to double their lead just before the half-time break. Otto Kaiki from the dead ball hits the crossbar. But they had time for another chance. Shimizu sloppy in defence once more, and this time Kaiki pounces, finishing smartly for a 2-0 lead. Into the second half now, and great goalkeeping from Shuichi Gonda, making a double save, first from Kento Misao and then Ryuji Izumi. But a really smart goal from Kashima in the 81st minute with the Shimizu defence cut wide open. Everaldo sends the ball back across the face of the goal, and Izumi taps home for a 3-0 lead. 3 goals for the Kashima fans to enjoy, but they had to wait until the 88th minute for the goal of the day. And it came from Yasushi Endo. "4-0 down, and there wasn't much riding on this opportunity for Keita Nakamura. He got hold of it well, but Oki made sure that Kashima would keep a clean sheet." More football coming up. Could Kawasaki capture a win to shake off the chasing Marinos as the Yokohama side continues their hunt to close in on them? You're watching the J1 League Goal Zone, and with a little more than 10 rounds left in the league season, pressure mounting on the leaders as the Marinos were only 4 points behind. Frontale went looking for 3 points in Fukuoka. Avispa came into this one off the back of a defeat and had won only a single game in their last 8. With the almost runaway leaders in town and unbeaten all season, it would seem processionary for Kawasaki to take another victory. Early opportunity for Kawasaki here in the 11th minute, but Leandro Damio probably took too long before Masaki Murakami could come out and smother the ball. And Murakami would do something similar just 2 minutes later. Zhao Schmidt finding Ten Miyagi, but once again denied by the goalkeeper. Still inside the first 20 minutes and some nifty passing from Frontale. Miyagi with the cross, Ryo Hatate can't quite get enough on that contact. Just past the half-hour mark now, and Damio with a strike, Murakami again on top of things. And 4 minutes later, he was also on point with his punches. Akihiro Ianaga putting the second phase opportunity over the bar. Here's your prime candidate for goal of the week, 66th minute, and Avispa's Jordi Crew at the apex of the box. If you're going to lose your first contest of the season, then it's okay to do it with a goal like that. But it was also down to Avispa's defence. Carlos Gutierrez with a 78th minute challenge that ensured Avispa would take all 3 points. With the leaders then taking a loss, the Marinos had a chance to narrow the gap, but standing in their way was Sagan, resolute in third and in excellent form, with just 1 loss in 6. The best defence against the best attack, setting us up nicely for a mouth-watering clash at the top of the table. Here's Russian Rai.
Passes made it into Seara eventually. It's got Maeda in acres of space. Daisen Maeda! That should be his 14th goal of the season. No real dangerous opportunities from the Marinos. But the one they do have, well, he's offside here, and that's not an issue. It's here, and I think he's onside. And that will be the opening goal of this match, courtesy of Daizen Maeda. And with that turn of pace, he's been taken down here in the box. This is a decision to be made. Is it in the area? It looks like it's a penalty that's been given. Seara against Irgyu. And Seara puts it away. Leo Seara with his 8th goal of the season. Certainly been one of the reasons why they've been able to turn things around as the ball is played into Nakagawa. He's got time and space. Unselfishly lays it off for Mitsunuma with the easy tap in. It was just played over the top initially. Sagan Tosu thinking that that run from Nakagawa, he just mistimed it and perhaps he was in an offside position, but he was so unselfish there. Again, it's Matsubara with that pass in behind. Nakagawa again breaks free in behind, and on this occasion he decides to go for goal on his own. He doesn't even bother to celebrate. Teruhito Nakagawa, he's got his first goal of the season. It's another wonderfully timed run in behind that Sagan Tosu defense to make it 4-0. Again, it's a carbon copy of that third goal, the one he assisted for Mitsunuma. On this occasion, he decides, you know what? I'm going to open my account for the season. I'm going to go for goal myself. Plenty of time to pick out his finish. Anything else outside of their control, like Kawasaki dropping points out of their hands. But what they can control, they've controlled, and they've done incredibly well here. Yokohama F Marinos win here by 4-0.
A draw at the weekend extended Oita's winless run to 4, and they sat in a perilous position inside the relegation zone. Their backs would be against the wall as they faced a resurgent Kobe, who found their way into the mix for a top 3 finish. But it was Oita who had the best start. Just 2 minutes in, Yuki Kagawa at the far post. His volley puts the home side in front. But 7 minutes later, their lead was pulled back. Good work from Yoshinori Muto, finding Gotoku Sake, who threads the needle with that left-footed shot. Looking to take the lead now midway through the first half, Andres Iniesta steals possession, but his shot turned away by Shun Takagi. Looking to break the deadlock 7 minutes before the break, Oita's Yamato Mashida finds some space, saved though by Hiroki Ikura. On the stroke of half-time, some nice work in the box from Muto, but VAR showed that Yuki Kagawa handled the ball and the referee awards a penalty. You'd expect Andres Iniesta to be reliable, and he was. Vissel Kobe go into the break, 2-1 up. 52 minutes in now, and a bizarre series of choices from Takagi. Bordering on the irresponsible, his dispossessed Hotaru Yamaguchi's shot is on its way in, and what outstanding defence on the line from Enrique Trevisan, who surely will have his dinner paid for every night this week by the errant goalkeeper. More bizarre goalkeeping from Takagi coming up here in the 87th minute. Ryuho Kikuchi with the header. A strange attempt to keep it out isn't good enough. And Vissel Kobe take this one by 3-1. Another club hanging precariously in the drop zone was Shonan, winless in their last 6. They travelled to Osaka to play Cerezo, a side that had lost only one of their last 16 in all competitions. Continuing the theme of questionable decisions by goalkeepers, after Shota Kobayashi pumps this one towards goal, Kim Jin-hyun gathers it rather than punching it clear, falls over the line, and a goal is awarded. 23 minutes later, all Kim could do was stand and watch. As Akimi Barada's free kick was headed home, by Tarek Alianusi. 3 minutes before the break and Shonan would be 3 up. Barada with a clean strike from outside the box, finding the bottom corner. 7 minutes into the second half now, and if at first you don't succeed, try once again. That was Yuki Ohashi's model, but when denied a second time, find that bottom corner. Shonan now 4 goals to the good. Not much to shout about in this game for Cerezo then, but they did have this opportunity in the 64th minute. Hiroaki Okuno hitting the side netting. And things would get worse for them. After this 67th minute corner is headed on to the far post, Kazuki Oiwa stands by to make it 5. 6 minutes left and the possibility of some consolation for Cerezo as Ayumu Seiko is brought down on the edge of the box. Well, inside, says the referee. Nice strike from the spot by Hiroshi Kiyotake, but not enough to put a smile on their faces. The visitors take this one by 5 goals to 1. Staying at the bottom end of the table, 2 sides that could be headed towards relegation were up next. Tokushima had found it hard to find the net in recent times, with their opponents facing the same problem in front of goal. Mark Richmond has your commentary.
Mistake by the goalkeeper, Segawa! Opening goal. And that, in a nutshell, is the season of Tokushima Fortis. Great football for a long time, and just a lapse in concentration at the back. And absolutely punished. It's a lovely ball that swung in. Absolutely brilliant. And it almost found a teammate too. Just a hair's breadth away, wasn't it? From diverting that one into the back of the net. The front press, Cristiano. Oh, it's a lovely ball that's put through for Hosoya! Great save by the goalkeeper. But you'd have to say poor finishing from Hosoya. Diego was fooled and deceived into going to the outside because for all the time in the world he thought that Cristiano was going to release Kawaguchi. Instead he went for the through ball, threaded in between the centre-back and the left centre-back. Diego doesn't swing it in first time. Konishi, that's a brilliant cross to the far post, saved by the goalkeeper right in front of goal, and it comes off the crossbar. It's been the story of Kakita's second part of his season. If that was at the start of the year where you were scoring goals for fun, that would have bulged the nets. But instead, it's fallen for him. He had to take it first time after some great reactions by Kim Seong-gyu. On a night when the J.League's unbeaten record has gone for Kawasaki Frontale, Tokushima Fortis continue their downward spiral. Tokushima Fortis now into the relegation zone after losing to Kashiwa Resol by a 1-0. Only goal of the game coming from Yosuke Segawa after 38 minutes.
Here's a look at the results then. Consadole falling to Nagoya by 2 goals, while Tokyo took a 2-1 win on the road. Yokohama with a stunning 3-1 victory over Gamba, and another shocking result, a super goal in Fukuoka, handing Kawasaki their first loss of the season. The Marinos defeated Sagan 4-0 to close the gap on the leaders, while Shonan completely destroyed Cerezo 5-1 for their first win in 7 games. Kawasaki's 30-match unbeaten record falls, and with that their lead at the top is now just 1 point. The Marinos throwing down the gauntlet and bringing the challenge right to the leader's doorstep. Kobe moving up to 3rd after Sagan's loss, with Nagoya a point behind in 4th. At the other end, Shonan made it out of the relegation zone, while Tokushima went the other way. Finally, Yokohama abandoned last place for the first time since opening day. 12 more games left for them to pull off what would be a great escape. 30 goals scored in this round, and that's a whopping 620 for the season. You can be sure we'll keep them coming for you on the J1 League Goal Zone. My name's Steve Dawson, and we'll see you next time.
อย่าลืมไลค์และ Subscribe นะครับ
Like, subscribe, push notification.
Like, subscribe, push notification.